Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Jake Silver Show, episode 2. I am your host, Jake Silver. And whether you're watching or listening, I just want to thank you for joining me. I'm going to get right into it again. Today's first topic brings us to Alaska Airlines. You may or may not have heard about what happened earlier this month. They had one of their plug doors blow open on a flight. They had to make an emergency landing. Pretty sure everybody was safe. But according to the New York Post, Alaska Airlines CEO says loose bolts found on many of its Boeing planes after near disaster. The CEO of Alaska Airlines has ripped Boeing in the wake of the recent near disaster, revealing that loose bolts were found on many of the company's 737 MAX 9 airplanes. The CEO, Ben Minicucci said that a new in-house inspection of the Boeing model in the fleet has uncovered that many of the planes had loose bolts. Not good, Alaska Airlines. Quote from Minicucci says, "I'm angry. I'm more than frustrated and disappointed. I am angry." You know who's angry is probably the passengers on that flight. They're probably a little pissed. Probably a little more pissed than you, Mini Coochie. Tiny. Let's call him Tiny Coochie. Ben Tiny Coochie. The FAA, also known as the Federal Aviation Administration, has ordered all MAX 9 jets grounded and launched a safety investigation. Now, keep in mind that Alaska Airlines is valued at over $500 billion. And they're saying that them grounding their 737 MAX 9 planes will cost them around $150 million. And also, United Airlines has found loose bolts on all of their, or most of their 737 MAX 9s. But what I found is interesting is Boeing outsources the manufacturing of some of the parts that go onto these planes. The company's called Spirit Aerosystems. And according to a CBS News article from January 10th, the manufacturer of the door plug that was blown out in midair during the incident on January 5th was the focus of a class action lawsuit filed less than a month earlier from the incident, with the complaint alleging that Spirit Aerosystems has experienced sustained quality failures in its products. Now, Spirit Aerosystems has no connection with Spirit Airlines. I think if you're just in the airline industry, especially manufacturing, just don't name your company Spirit anything. I don't know if you've flown Spirit before, but I believe we're all, whether we've been on the plane or not, we've all heard about Spirit. So if you're manufacturing plane parts, just change your name. Change it to something else Aerosystems. Because Spirit Aerosystems, there's a bad juju on it, all right? Spirit planes are just a tin can with a couple seatbelts in it, and that's it. You can't even use the bathroom. They hand you Depends at the door. While none of the issues flagged in the lawsuit specifically involved door plugs, the claim alleges that Spirit's quality failures were so severe and persistent that Boeing even placed Spirit on probation for multiple years. Well, if you're outsourcing your manufacturing and you place that company or contractor on probation for multiple years due to inconsistency in production, due to lack of following protocol, multiple inside investigations, and quality control incidents where people working for the company saying, "Hey, we're making shit." And again, the report that this lawsuit filed a month earlier prior to the incident doesn't include the bolts for the door plugs. But if everything else they're making is crap, or at least malfunctioned, or not up to standard, I'm going to assume that they were also producing door plugs that were shit as well. This is a perfect example of how corporate America, including the US government, is constantly and consistently a treatment type of entity. They like to treat the matter after it happens. We are not a preventative care government. We don't have preventative care corporations. Everyone likes to see shit hit the fan and then do something about it. Incidents like these, let's say what was January 5th. What if that plane was to have gone down and everyone died on it? What would be the news now? Oh, we are just it'd be the same result. We're gonna do better inspections. We're very angry. We're very upset that those people died. We're going to finally do better investigating on the parts that are being manufactured to develop our aircraft. Shout out to Boeing. I personally don't like flying. I'd rather take a fucking Greyhound. In other news, a former WWE staffer has accused the company's founder, Vince McMahon, of sexual assault, trafficking, and physical abuse in a lawsuit filed Thursday. Nice. I don't know if you guys have seen Vince McMahon recently. I know I watched wrestling growing up, hence the WrestleMania tee. Big Shawn Michael fan. But anyway, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the WWE or WWF, Vince McMahon. He used to be an old, stocky, buff, just trend out, geared up, HGH'd up old man. Looked alright for his age, but now he looks like Vince McMahon looks like John Waters ate Vince McMahon. He looks like shit. I mean, I know he's like fucking 80, but he looks like dog shit. I don't know why all these allegations on these executives come out when they're about to die. Like, let it come out when they're in their fucking prime. Like, don't let them enjoy the fruits of their devious labors. Like, come on. Nip it in the bud early. Don't let them be able to rape more people on yachts and sex traffic people into jobs. And if you see something, say something. CNN states that the disturbing allegations from Janelle Grant, who worked at WWE's headquarters, come more than a year after the conclusion of a WWE-appointed special committee investigation into McMahon's alleged misconduct while serving as chairman and CEO of the company. McMahon retired from his role amid the investigation in July 2022, but has since returned as chair of WWE's parent company. Nice. So he's got a job. That's good. Still hasn't been fired or stepped down since these allegations came out, by the way. At the end of her employment and their sexual relationship, McMahon allegedly pressured Grant into signing a non-disclosure agreement in exchange for payments over several years totaling over $3 million. Little hush money. This is wild. One disturbing incident described in the lawsuit details an alleged sexual encounter between Grant, McMahon, and a friend of McMahon's in May 2020. So this is pretty recent. This isn't even prime trend McMahon. This is John Waters ate McMahon. This is prime John Waters eating McMahon. During the encounter, McMahon allegedly defecated on Grant, commanding her to continue pleasuring his friend with feces in her hair, according to the lawsuit. Holy shit. No pun intended there. The lawsuit also detailed an alleged sexual assault among Grant, McMahon, and Laurinaitis, that occurred at WWE's headquarters in 2021. The two men allegedly pulled Grant behind a locked door, forcibly restraining her. As she begged them to stop, one of the men allegedly said to her, "No means yes." Well, just to quote AOC, no doesn't mean stop. It means find a better way. And I guess they were just utilizing that mentality there. They saw the Me Too movement a few years before, and they were like, let's one-up it. Let's me poo. And situations like these suck because a woman like Janelle Grant, she, of course, has years of trauma from sexual abuse, coercion, blackmailing, probably had to sign numerous NDAs. And now she's coming out saying these things happened. I have a hard time believing situations like these ever could have been avoided just by one person saying something. This obviously has happened to other females involved with the WWE over the years. But that's why I say if you see something, say something. But what it comes down to at the end of the day is your integrity. How far will you let someone push you in order to get what they want out of you? Have some morals. Stand on business. What, like, if someone's inviting you, if some CEO, executive, producer, whatever the industry is inviting you back to a hotel room after hours, oh, it's 2 a.m. He probably wants to play Scrabble and talk about our childhood. No, he wants to fuck you. He wants to shit in your hair while you suck his friend's dick, okay? That's what he wants to do. And he's going to offer you a job. Fucking don't do it. Call the police. Maybe leave first, but call the police or something to quit. Have some fucking integrity. Have some self-respect. Now, I'm not condoning this activity by McMahon or anybody. They're pieces of shit. But the world is filled with pieces of shit. Not just the shit in Janelle Grant's hair. But back over to our favorite city in the world, the greatest city in America, greatest city in the world, New York City. Couple kept chopped up body of New York City drug dealer in fridge for 4 fucking months. As neighbors say, everybody in the building knew it. If you see something, say something. Well, everybody in the building knew it because everybody buys his fucking drugs. And they saw him go in there and he didn't come out. This is bullshit. Where's Jimmy? I need my fucking crack. I need that diesel he was promising me. Law enforcement informed the New York Post that a missing Brooklyn drug dealer whose dismembered body was stashed in a Flatbush fridge for 4 months after a fight over drugs was a registered sex offender who had a string of child molestation busts on his rap sheet. The Lord works in mysterious ways. Maybe he got what he deserved. Maybe he's innocent. I don't know. But his rap sheet says otherwise. Maybe he should have been in fucking prison. He'd be alive. Sheen Gelzer. Sheen. That's a hell of a name. Kalshin Gelzer, 39, who has been on the state sex offender registry since he was convicted of molesting a 12-year-old boy in 2005, was reportedly killed inside the fourth floor apartment in September, chopped up and stored in plastic bags inside one tenant's freezer. Heather Steins, the woman living in the apartment, claimed to police that her jailed husband killed Gelzer in September and stuck his body parts inside the fridge after getting into a beef over drugs. Beef over drugs. That'll do it. And then he turned them into beef. Well, like I said, the guy had it coming to him. Should they have chopped his body up and kept him in a fucking freezer? Maybe not. I don't think anyone really deserves to die that way other than child molesters. But, like I said, if this guy had been in prison already, I don't believe in freeing sexual predators, especially of those who target children. A 12-year-old boy. I don't even know what that guy's up to or if he's even alive. He probably fucking killed himself. But even if he did, even if he's no longer with us, that 12-year-old boy from 2005, at least his predator is now mincemeat. He's probably thawed out by now in some New York City autopsy room. But hey, we got him. Over to Kansas City, Missouri. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but this shit is crazy. Jordan Willis, the Kansas City man who hosted an NFL watch party at his rental home before 3 of his friends were found frozen to death in his backyard, quote, didn't do anything wrong, his family insisted Thursday. I'm sure he didn't. I'm sure they were just eating chips and cheese, maybe some bean dip, and then, 3 guys just happened to die during a Chiefs game. He fucking didn't hit on his parlay. The other one probably did a little bit too much coke with the Fenty. The other one died from asphyxiation. What is that shit called when you choke yourself while you masturbate? That's probably what he did. He probably was looking at a couple pictures of Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes and just is no longer with us. The guy hosting the party, innocent though. It was just him. It was just him and his 3 friends, and he was hosting the party, but yet he's the only one alive. Innocent though. I guess all 3 of them died of natural causes. Let's see. Willis's dad said his son is grieving just the same as his friends' families, some of whom have publicly pointed fingers at Willis and theorized that drugs may be to blame for the deaths of David Harrington, Ricky Johnson, and Clayton McGeeney. It was, I would imagine drugs were involved. He probably sold them the drugs. They all did them, and they all died out back. They did a couple lines, or maybe more than a couple. Went out back, smoked a cigarette, were chatting, and then died, and then froze. Probably what happened. But who knows? This Willis guy is kind of interesting. Police have said foul play is not suspected and have stressed that it is not yet clear whether drugs were involved as detectives await autopsy and toxicology reports. Willis' attorney has said Willis had been asleep on the couch next to the whirring of a loud fan for 2 days. So he OD'd too. He just didn't fucking die. He should be given an award. He was asleep on the couch for 2 days while his 3 friends are just dead. That's some good shit. He was also wearing noise-canceling headphones when concerned family members came calling. He had those new Beats on and he just couldn't hear his friends dying. He's not being treated as a suspect, and their deaths are not being investigated as a homicide. Nice. Speaking of the Chiefs, this happened pretty recently. Taylor Swift and Swifties alike are furious. I mean, they are pissed after AI generated nude images circulated the internet Thursday via X, formerly known as Twitter. One enraged Swift fan wrote, "I'm going to need the entirety of the adult Swiftie community to log into Twitter, search the term Taylor Swift AI, click the media tab, and report every single AI generated pornographic photo of Taylor that they can see because I'm fucking done with this bullshit. Get it together, Elon. Yeah, get it together, Elon. What the fuck? You're busy building rocket ships? And we got fake nudes of Taylor Swift floating around? Get it together. You're out here tunneling California. There's bigger fish to fry, okay? What the fuck? Elon, get it together. Mr. Musk." Another man wrote, "Man, this is so inappropriate." Another one said, "Whoever's making those Taylor Swift AI pictures is going to hell." Yeah, that's right, you're going to hell. And if you looked at the pictures, you're going to hell too. All these mad fans. Like this guy, he definitely fucking wanked it to the AI photos and then went on Twitter and was like, "This is bullshit. Get it together, Elon." Another person said, "Whoever's making this garbage needs to be arrested. What I saw is just absolutely repulsive, and this kind of shit should be illegal. We need to protect women from stuff like this." Another pick-me man said, "What the fuck?" 10 years ago, we all thought AI was going to take over the world by launching nuclear missiles or shutting down our infrastructure, but no. It's 2024 and AI is generating deep fake porn images of Taylor Swift. That's our main concern right now. Not the Epstein files, not the flight logs. It's the fake porn. We want real porn, all right? None of this AI bullshit. That's the only reason they're mad. It's because it's not real. That's what iRobot 2 is going to be about. It's just going to be Travis Kelce taking out hordes of nude Taylor Swift bots. This is our biggest concern right now. Not a pending world war. Fake nudes of Taylor Swift. That's what really grinds their gears right now is the fake AI generated porn of Taylor Swift. This country's going to hell. You know, this is going to be the biggest red mark on Biden's presidency. Not the immigration crisis, not inflation. It's this. The deep fake AI generated nudes of Taylor Swift. That's what it is. That's what Trump needs to bring up in his next debate. It wouldn't have happened with me. It wouldn't have happened. There wouldn't have been fake nudes. I don't like fake nudes. Fake news and fake nudes, don't like it. Never been a fan. Frankly, my nudes have always been real. Oh, this was I just read about this. This, of course, people are going to have their opinions, but man, this really just blows my mind. Get some coffee first. Transgender veterans sue VA for excluding gender-affirming surgery from health benefits. While the VA covers nearly all transition related care for veterans, such as hormone therapy, fertility preservation, hair removal, and other medical services, it does not cover surgeries. Should trans veterans seek such procedures, they must use private health insurance or pay out of pocket, as they should. Active duty service members, however, do have such surgeries covered. So, if you're still G.I. Janeing it, but you were born as a fucking man, you can go ahead and get that shit covered on our dollar. We got it. Uncle Sam's got you covered. Uncle Sam will turn you from Sam to Samantha. On us. Go ahead. I mean, that should be their next recruitment commercial. Hey, the few, the proud, the trans. If you want your dick cut off, if you want a little pussy, join the military. Become a green fucking beret. The lawsuit opens the door to $100,000 for taxpayer-funded surgeries for 163,000 non-conforming ex-service members. Trans vets consider gender-affirming surgeries to be life-saving and essential. You do the math, because I didn't. 163,000, non-conforming ex-service members. Over $100,000 taxpayer-funded surgeries for each of those individuals. Thanks for your service, but hey, our tax dollars should not be funding your fucking your lack thereof, mental health. Because, let's face it, that's what it is. They're crazy. They're crazy. They're crazy. You're born a certain way, and that's what you are. And our military already pays for active duty members to get the non-conforming gender surgeries, and now the vets want in on it because they couldn't pull the trigger while they were active fucking duty. They had to think about it, or maybe the PTSD had to set in, and then they go, hey, you know what? Really hate my life. I hate myself. I want to turn my pussy into a dick and balls. I want a pair of tits to play with. You know, my job sucks. I want some tits now. You know, the war was rough. Trans people are 2 to 3 times more likely to serve in the military, with nearly 10,000 trans veterans receiving transition-related care in the VA healthcare system, according to the department. Wow. Trans people are 2 to 3 more times likely to serve in the military. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. We have to remake G.I. Jane now. I mean, thanks for your service again. Thanks to everyone who signs up for the military. But the fact that trans people are 2 to 3 times more likely to serve in the military, that says something about the mental status of anyone who signs up for the fucking military. You're signing your life away. I mean, what the fuck? In 15 years, we're not even going to have an effective military, at least not the grunts, not the guys on the ground. We might still have a good Air Force, you know. They're in there flying drones with it tucked. But what are the Marines going to be in 10 years, 20 years? What are our Navy SEALs going to be? Where's our money going to be? Our money's going to be buying dicks, buying tits, not going to fix the roads. It's not going to give you free health care. But you know what it will give you? Non-conforming gender surgery. So, again, hey, if you are uh 18 years old, or even if you're in high school and you're thinking, hey, man, it's been kind of shitty being a dude. No girls are looking at me. I can't talk to girls. Just become one. How? Join the U.S. military, okay? Our tax dollars will pay for it, okay? Just do it. Be all you can be. He all you can he. Well, that's it for today's episode. Thanks again for joining me. Please, if you stayed this long, like and subscribe. Thanks for joining me on the Jake Silver Show. I'm your host, Jake Silver. Have a good one.